Week 6, the government may be shut down, but we are not. Welcome back. Welcome back, DJ NYC, your favorite college football podcast, the only one that gives you nothing but the truth. These aren't alternative facts. These are the actual facts.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was going, but I'm glad, and I agree. Couldn't agree anymore. Do you want
Exactly.
me? Frankie's riding a high, so I'm gonna stroke his ego a
Yeah.
little bit here. And
Okay. Why
yeah,
don't you go ahead and edge me?
yes, I tried last week. You wouldn't let me. So last week, the
Okay.
Dimes man 3-2 up 1 unit winners. North Texas, West Kentucky, and San Diego State under 44. That flew under.
Can we
His
talk about that?
losers.
The game ended 6-3.
I was gonna say I had it off by about 35 points.
Yeah.
NC State minus 9.5, loser, and LSU over 54, loser. So that was a 2 unit. That hurt us, but that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yenzi F baby just absolutely on fire last week. 4-1 plus 5 units. His only loser was IU over 27. His winners Gamecocks minus 5.5. Both teams have scored 20 in the Penn State game. We got lucky with some overtime. We'll take it.
Yes.
Utah second half minus 5.5, easy, easy, and then a Buckeyes Vols money line parlay, a little sweatier than it needed to be, but still cashed.
Sure.
Sitting on the year, last week 7-3, up 6 units. Yinzi up 5. The Dimes man just at -1. He clawed back from down 6, so he'll be positive by this time next week.
There we
We are
go.
combined 4 units, so we are back in the green, and we're going to stay that way. A great week on the pod, great week off pod. We had
Yep.
some big winners, and we love that.
So this episode's probably going to be an abbreviated pod. Shout out to New York City train system that made me late.
It's okay.
Yinzer also has a concert at 7. So who are you seeing?
So here's the deal. This is what confused me. Not a concert. It's like an open air movie. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't plan it, but whatever. It looks cool. It's gonna be like out. It's like right downtown in the middle of Cincinnati. I think it's like they have an orchestra and it's a movie. I don't know. It'll be
They
cool.
have an
Whatever.
orchestra playing accompanying the movie.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what
Do you
it's. I
know
think
what
that's what
movie
it's
it
doing.
is?
I think it's Wicked, which I'm not super pumped,
Mm,
but you know what?
Are you doing this to maybe earn some couch time on Saturday?
It's 100%. I think I was under my 300 step bet last
We
week, so
didn't. The
happy.
fit was good though.
If it
We
was
didn't
tight.
see the sit. We didn't see the Fitbit, but we did see
No.
the actual fit, and it was tremendous.
It was Trinidad. I wore it all day, and I was like, Trinidad, go scramble for that young man. That was great. I had an old like Johnny Reb Ole Miss T-shirt, and it played
Colonel
everywhere.
Reb.
It played everywhere I went. But no, we're doing this
We
night. Honestly, I'm missing the Niners Rams game, so not missing much. Perfect.
yeah.
Honestly, playing this perfectly. So yeah, we'll go out see the
We
town.
don't care about the league. We don't care about the shield on this show.
Not this show. We don't. But
So I I have a segment. Yenzer, I think, has a segment,
I
and
got
then we'll
something
do
for you.
picks because we got
Yeah.
to get out of here in about 30 minutes. So this segment is inspiration from SVPod. And I say inspiration, I'm taking it straight from SVPod, but it
Mhm.
was from a segment from 10 years ago. So if you have me digging into media files from 10 years ago, I think I'm allowed to take it.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
honest. I still don't know 100% where this is going, so I'm gonna let you lead.
the segment is called Who's the Jerk?
Got that.
So basically, on SV Pod, every now and again it would be SVP, Rosillo, Stanford Steve, a producer or two, and
Mhm.
they would ask random rapid fire questions to each other and try to explain the reason why they do what they do. The rules of the game are, and we will take as such, whoever the question gets asked to, they have to ask a question themselves
Okay.
upon that.
Okay.
Seeing as it's only Yenzer and I,
Yeah.
we're just going to go back and forth with questions.
Seems like we're just volleying back and forth. Seems like we're just getting our little Federer in, little Pete Sampras.
Kinda.
Yeah,
Some.
okay.
This isn't an airing of grievances. We're
Oh,
simply asking questions.
I went way further airing of grievances. So this is going to be interesting. This might get
Okay.
testy. I can't wait.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll lob one in there for you.
You start us off.
Do you hate football?
No.
Okay. I don't know that you do.
Okay.
Because when I tell you that the game of the week is, say, Western Kentucky versus Marshall, a great rivalry game, you laugh at me.
If you place $1 on the Sam Houston game tonight, I'll never talk to you ever again. If I go on your picket and I see one active wager, that's it.
That's a close proximity game. SMU and MSU. Listen, it should be New Mexico State should handle these guys. I know it's 1.5 point spread. Like they should handle them at home. What is that, Las Cruces? or is that New Mexico?
This is 40 seconds longer than I ever wanted to spend on it.
I don't think you love football.
Okay. I feel like I like good football, which is maybe the difference. I feel
I
like
hate bad football. We were at West Virginia, Cincinnati, and I was screaming at Brendan Sorsby for turning it over twice. And my friends are like, "Why are you mad?" I was like, "Because it was a bad read."
I think I give the people what they want. They want big games. They want what moves the needle in Vegas. That's what I give them. You give games they have to find on like ESPN Plus.
Yeah, you imagine asking the bartender to go ahead. Hey, bartender, go ahead and turn on Eastern Michigan Buffalo for me.
Can you throw on CBS? No, CBS Sports Network.
Yeah,
Like it's
CBS said,
221.
"Hi, I'm Adam Zucker."
Adam Zucker is the
All
man.
right, so that's my first question. Do you hate football? And you answered. So now it's your turn to ask a question to me.
All right, I kind of get it. Do you hate hospitality? I think I get this now.
Do I hate hospitality?
Yeah, do you hate hospitality?
I think the term hospitality means adhering to whatever the guest's requests are.
Is that what it means? I think that means paying for something. I think that means
Wait, I
booking
didn't
a
pay for
reservation.
something?
I think the difference is
Wait, I didn't pay?
no, here's the difference between hospitality and reservations. Reservations you get to choose. Hospitality is someone opening their home to you.
Okay.
That's the difference. A reser if you reserve if you reserve a Wagoneer and they give you a Kia, you can be upset. If you're on the side of the road with your hand out and somebody picks you up, you don't get to choose.
Okay.
Difference. That's all I gotta say.
I have preferences.
I have had multiple stays free at many of my humble abodes, and I get messed with a laundry list of complaints every time.
Cincinnati, your house in Cincinnati was fine.
Okay, fine, thank you. That's where we're going for a fine.
The house in North Carolina was great. I couldn't figure out how to work the TV downstairs, but other than that, it was
Okay.
great.
I can think of multiple times you stayed at my house, and I've got a list of of things that I can improve on. I basically have to go. Frank stays at my house, and I just go and I open up the complaint box, and I just see, all right, what was unsatisfactory about this stay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you just see like complaints and then you see like a hyphen. It just says FM and you're like,
yeah.
"Oh,
FM.
that
Never, like I said, let's see the employee suggestion box. All right, there's my first one.
okay. Noted."
All right,
Uh how much of your gambling success just comes from hedging and buying out picks?
a lot of it. I
Okay.
can't even I can't even come up with a quippy remark. I would say if I had to put it, 30 to 40% of it is either live betting, hedging, or getting out of bets early. And
I
I
only
feel like
ask because I'm envious because you have an eye for it and I just don't. I like
it's
like in my mind I'm like I lose all value of the pick I made if I buy out of it.
100,000%. I am a much better live better than a predictive better. Thousand
Yeah,
percent.
you definitely get you have a good feel of the game. You
Yeah,
have a good
that's I
feel.
feel like that's and let me see this. All right. I had a I'm gonna save this one for later. This kind of goes into my first
Is
one.
this a question or are you replying? I'm sorry.
No, there's no reply. It's 30 to 40%. And it's I am a shameless for buying out early.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Uh nailed the that one. I can't even fight it. Let's see. Who would interrupt a man mid-wagering to do a three-way hedging math and then disregard it and then blame him in the chat for cursing him? Who does that sound like? Who's
Sounds
that?
like a man with principle and honor.
It sounds like a man that called me asking for a rope and I suspended everything I did to throw a life raft out there. And then you came back on the ship and stabbed me in the back. So it sounded like
Y- You want to talk about having to do math? Okay, so for those curious, I had a
three-way.
15 leg parlay, and the last two legs, there was two legs, was Memphis to win and Georgia to win. Now Memphis wasn't clear; they weren't head and shoulders above Florida Atlantic at the time, so it made
Hmm.
it a little bit difficult.
It was tight. It was tight.
Yenzer sent me some. It had like three options to if this team and this team wins, you win this much. I went back and reread it. You were very thorough and very precise, but I think at the moment I just wanted simplicity.
Well, whenever it's a three-leg parlay with two games going,
Yeah,
you understand how things exponentially get bigger when you multiply them.
yeah.
So
My only, my
there's
only,
nine
my only
outcomes.
gripe, if I had a grievance with you, and the quote unquote word used was cursed. Uh, it was probably whenever Georgia was moving the football, and this was right after you said, "Hey, probably a good time. This might be a time
Mhm.
to buy out of the pick." And
Yeah.
Georgia's moving the football, and then you got scared because Georgia was moving the football, and you said, "My pick is dead. Good job."
Yeah, that
and
was
and
that was a
and
reverse
then
jinx.
it was a
Well
double
played.
reverse jinx, which I
Yeah.
saw through. And
Yeah.
then immediately on the next play, Georgia hands it off to a white running back that weighs as much as I do and gets stuffed on 4th and 1. That was
Again,
a. I think you double reverse jinx a 15 leg parlay to turn 20 bucks into 1K. I want you to know you did that.
I was offering you the chance to make an easy like 600 multiple times.
Listen, we made
Multiple times.
1K. We made 1K regardless.
Yeah, multiple times. So let's see. I have one more, and I have one more quick one. This is one.
Uh, I didn't get to ask my question.
Go ahead.
Why didn't I get a +1 to the wedding?
You know why. You know why. And this goes into my next question.
Okay.
Here, let me answer your question with a question. How come when we go out for a nice dinner, you bring like a Puerto Rican pit bull to dinner that wants to,
Whoa.
yeah, that wants to start a damn race war while I'm trying to have tapas? That's why.
She was mentally unwell.
And again, and who brought her? So at my wedding, whenever you get, first of all, you can go with the simple no ring, no bring. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Or I can go with the second. I don't know who you're bringing. I don't know what. I don't need a wild card at this. I
Fair.
need steady Eddie. I
Okay.
don't trust you to bring something that is gonna represent herself well at this.
Okay.
If you want to get if you have been actually the time's passed. I would
The
say you
time
got
has passed. You gave me a timeline and I didn't.
if you would have said I've gone on 4 dates with this girl and we have had a date that didn't involve us going out or banging in the living room, I would have considered it. But so far, you've passed the threshold, and I feel like not only am I justified in not giving you a plus, I think it was the only reasonable thing.
I think it was the correct decision. But this is just
Yeah.
me asking,
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
why. You need to look in the mirror. And this is my final one.
I have two more.
Okay, then I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go back to back.
Um, who's your favorite in the group chat?
Who's my favorite?
You have to pick favorites. Who's
I
your
have to pick a
favorite?
favorite.
Everybody on every team, dude, even guys that play on big league team with each other, they have a favorite player on that team.
I would say for pure, I'm gonna go RS just for the sole reason of
RSL?
he says
Okay.
things. He's not a volume guy, but he
No.
says things that make me have to put my phone down. And like if somebody read through my group message, the messages that either originate from him or from me to him are the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
They
I
are
I
the
was thinking your
absolute.
favorite would be Sam Wood.
I love him. I love him. But he doesn't contribute the same amount of absolute mayhem and chaos to my life. There's
Sure.
there's certain
Sure.
messages that I have from me to him that are unhinged that could never go out
No,
because
no,
I
you
just
got
like to see.
burned. Yeah, I have to throw the
Yeah,
phone in the river. Like,
because I just like to see his reaction. So that's for sure it. That's
all
100%.
right, I respect
Yeah.
that. All right, you go ahead, and then I got one more.
My final one is, do you like the podcast? Do you love the pod?
I do. I look
Okay.
forward to it every week. And this season, out of all the seasons we've had, we've been really, really good about like it's this time on this day.
I think we've been staying good. The reason I asked is because I'm going to say your second job, I'm going to say you're going between. I should be Stanford Steve. I should be riding your stardom. I am born. Look at how I look like a dude that is a sidekick on a TV show.
True.
You are supposed to be the person in front, and I sit on the couch and make remarks, and everyone goes, "Oh." So I ask you, what are you doing to take this to the next level? Because I've reached my max.
Okay.
Husky sidekick, I've reached it. I've
Fair.
if we
Fair.
were on the NBA 2K playground, I'm 99 out.
True.
You're laying somewhere in the 70s. So a rising tide raises all ships. So I want you to think, how can I get Yinzer to the next level where he doesn't have to work for a living and I can just sit on the couch and just watch you shine?
Okay. I like that. That's motivating.
That is motivating
I
because
like
I
that.
believe it. Because I believe it.
Thank you, man. I needed that.
I just want to be like I should be. How am I not Stanford Steve 2.0? How's that not happened
I
yet?
love Stanford Steve.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. It's kind of a layup.
Okay.
Do you think you know more ball than Boyle?
I think it depends. I think it
Okay.
depends. If we're talking about betting, yes. If we're talking about certain in-game things, maybe. If we were talking about strictly players and movement, absolutely not. I'm not even close.
Okay.
If I had to do it, it would be a majority draw. It would be like I don't think I think if I had the belt, I keep it. But I think if he comes in with the belt, I don't take it from him.
Okay, I
There's no
get it.
there's no way it's a knockout. No, he's a
Split decision.
He's a certified ball knower and also a father. So shout out to him.
Yeah, congratulations on him
Congrats
on
to
the
him. But
birth of
he's
his first child.
for anyone that doesn't know, he is, I won't even say borderline. He is a full autistic football savant. He can name you any player, where he went to school, and he'll just like tell you an insane fact. Now, I haven't been able to harness this to win money yet, which upsets me. That's on
True.
me.
Yes.
But no, he's a ball knower. He lives the life. I won't even I can't even I love to shit talk him. It's my favorite thing, but he knows it. He's on it. He's on it all the time. He's a ball knower.
I respect that.
Yeah, ball knower.
Speaking of ball knower, I just hit on a two-leg baseball parlay.
You're
Detroit
massive.
Lions -1.5, and then the Thunder first inning Nerfy in San Diego, Chicago.
You're massive.
I am huge.
I
Okay,
have
you have a segment?
I have some things. I haven't prepped you for these. You've
I have
never
some
seen
things.
these. And this was, you got me thinking, you're playing a game called Who's the Jerk, which isn't really as mean spirited as well. Mine always is. I think I'm a little more mean spirited than you.
Sure.
And I was sitting back. I was like, as a younger man, I may have been, I feel like you guys met me at a time where I've cooled down. I wasn't as
Okay.
quite as much of a hothead. Not, and at my size, you kind of got to. You can't be this size crashing out. It's
You
not.
were a mean person?
I think people would say I'd be a dick. I could be a dick.
Wow.
I think it can simmer up at times, but I think I've settled down. I think now I give a much wider berth. I feel like I never enter a conversation trying to be the dickhead, but I feel like the
Right.
minute I get it, like a flip just switches, and it's like I can see like whoever I'm with or my fiance is like, oh no. Like I just feel like if there is
There's
like if
certain
I'm
things that
someone
activate you like a sleeper cell.
there is like if someone starts like talking smart to me or giving me some like shit, I'm like I'm not gonna let it slide. I'm not there yet. I can. I feel like I don't ever go in an interaction trying to be the dickhead. Like I'm not that dude, but
Right.
I feel like I do. So going on that, we have some things. Maybe there's some things you regret. Maybe some things you've done. So I'm gonna ask you a couple different categories, and you tell me what is the blank thing you've ever done. So the first thing is, and this might be a tough one for you.
Okay.
We might switch it. I was gonna say, what is the most big back thing you've ever done? But for you, you're like 120 pounds. So I might do
No, I've done big back.
what's the most biggest back thing you've ever done?
This was a time when I wasn't afraid to eat fast food.
Okay.
And I, after soccer practice in West Virginia, was right next to a McDonald's, and they would have a buy one get one Big Mac.
Yeah.
And I knocked out three Big Macs and a large fry and a sweet tea after practice one time.
That's pretty strong. I thought you were gonna say two Big Macs. I was like, that's a Wednesday afternoon for me, kid.
Yeah,
But
so
adding the other,
three.
and
I
actually,
bought
it's funny.
four. I bought four. I couldn't get through four.
Couldn't get there. I think actually, and I think this is where the true big bags in the chat listening will appreciate. I've done this where not only did I was like driving in. You know how you order ahead. You can order ahead on the app to get some food.
Sure.
They always got some good deals on there. Save a little coin. So I ordered something ahead in the app, and then in the drive-through, I ordered something to go, and I went in and picked it up after I picked it up. I've only done that once, but I double dipped on the coupon. So I was like, I felt like I was like, I saved myself like $6 and I got like 18 steps in. So that's healthy. I think that's, I think that's the biggest back thing I've ever done. I remember leaving in the car, taking a bite, and I'm like, something's got to change. It's
Yeah.
not great. There was an immediate moment of clarity where I was like, this can't
Dude,
be,
all those wrappers rattling around in the back of your car.
bro. It was, oh my God.
Ah, man.
Dude, more it looked like Paul Wall's grill in the back of my truck, all them Arby's foils back there, big dog. But I think that's the biggest. I was trying to think. There's others that are close, but that's I remember leaving that day and I'm like, this wasn't great. If you go whenever you die and they show you like they look back at your life,
Oh,
if I saw that clip roll and I'd be like, fuck.
burn this.
There'd be some like emaciated like 13-year-old next to me. I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like why
As far
wasn't
as the skinniest thing I've done was, I mean, there's definitely my relationship with food is still not great, but I mean, there's been definitely I've gotten better. Like I'm on a good eating schedule,
yeah.
but before, especially when I first moved to New York, um, I would like get up, have a meal at like 9 a.m., 10 a.m. whenever I got in from drinking the night before, have like a bacon, egg, and cheese at like 9:30, 10 a.m. Maybe eat something for lunch and then like go out and do comedy or do this podcast or something
Yeah.
like that. And then like at nighttime, just eat like a can of chili. And that was like,
That's strong.
that's like my full at like 11 p.m. I'm eating like popcorn in my bed as dinner.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
Oh
this.
wait, no, in college I used to live off like peanut butter. I like
Yeah,
would
I know
like
you love peanut butter. I've learned. I have peanut butter. I have stores of it around the house just in
I
case.
wouldn't eat anything and then it'd be like, "Oh, I don't have anything else for lunch." And I'd just be like, "Well, let me just eat peanut butter for lunch." I'd just eat spoons of peanut butter.
Let me ask you this because it's the name of the pod. What is the most degenerative gambling thing you've ever done?
Little League World Series, not even close.
Okay. That's a strong one. I would say for me, I've placed multiple money line bets live over the minus 2,000 threshold. Multiple. Multiple.
That's not I wouldn't say that's degenerate. I think that reeks of desperation.
That what's a
You're
degen? That
right, you're right, you're right, you're right.
or I would say the safe answer is I've driven across multiple state lines to place a bet that I couldn't and it covered.
Oh,
That's it.
1,000%. Before I had a
I
job, I would take the train. This is back when it wasn't legal in New York. I'd take the train
yeah.
to a studio in New Jersey, and I'd sit there and arb and hedge for like 4 hours, like I was a day trader, and then
Oh
take
yeah.
and then take the path back to the city. Like,
It's great.
I was just on Wall Street. Da da da. I made 25 bucks.
Let me do this. What's the worst thing you've ever done to a woman? I know there's something good in here.
Oh my God. Um, the worst thing I ever did to a woman. Mom, close your ears if you're listening to this.
Yeah.
Um, had been drinking and
Yeah.
I told her to come over for a New Year's to my house the next day. Or
Yeah.
maybe like the week later. It was like a week. I don't know when it was. And then the day comes and I'm like, "Oh, I regret doing this." And I'm telling her like, "Hey, no one's going to be here. It's just going to be me. There's no party. I'm just going to sit at the house and watch Andy Cohen and uh what's his name? Anderson Cooper on CNN. I
Yeah.
like to watch that every year. It's not weird."
Nothing
Uh,
first.
and then so that goes on, and she's like, "No, no, I really want to show up." She showed up, dress, champagne, party hats, sparklers, kazoos, everything. She showed up with everything, and I, I have had my fair share of experiences with women. I had never kissed a girl on New Year's. And even though I've been around the block, I've never kissed a girl. Back then, I had never kissed a girl on New Year's. And I was not about to lose that this night. Uh, and so she was over there. She was drinking. She was in her bag, and I was just like completely avoidant, like not looking at her, not touching her, sitting on the other side of the couch, just being like, "Oh, that's crazy. Ah, that's funny." Da da da. And then I don't know if she drank and it mixed with her meds, but she like came over to me and she's like, "It's New Year, it's midnight." And I was like, I really can't kiss you. I'm really sorry. I cannot. So this girl was staying at my house forever. And then I told her, "I will buy your Uber home. You can leave. I will buy your Uber home. I'm really sorry about you coming out here. I'll buy your Uber home." She's like, "No, it's just so far away. Like I'd rather just like stay here." And I was like, "Okay, you can stay here, but you can stay in my roommate's room. You can't stay in my bed with me." And then she's like, "Can I watch TV with you?" And I was like, "You can watch one episode of Seinfeld with me, and then you're going to bed." And she's like laying in my bed with me and like putting her hands on me and stuff like that. And I'm just like stone faced watching Seinfeld, like, this is a good episode, isn't it? Like, just trying to avoid whatever. And then she says like, "I'm so horny. I never get this horny," and da da da. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's sucks, man. I really wish I could help you out." And she goes to bed, and then the next morning she's waking up, and she walks into my room, and she's in her underwear again, and she's like trying hard for me to crack her, and I didn't, and I'm happy I didn't. And then instead of just taking it to the grave, I made an hour-long podcast about how my New Year's was ruined. And I thought I muted her and blocked her on everything, but I guess she found it and she lit me up.
I was wondering where it was going because I was like, was this just a 5 minute segment for Frank to talk about how he just didn't crack a girl and that's the worst thing that's ever happened to a woman? And I was like, that's insane.
No,
That's insane. And then
I said some things I'm not happy about. I didn't say any like vulgar words, but I was basically talking about how weird it was and how creepy it was. And she heard it, and I thought I blocked her on everything, but somehow my iMessage on my computer, it went through on that. And one day I was like on my computer and I was trying to delete old messages, and I see her name and I see like this. I see it's sorry,
of just
audio
a
format.
wall.
I see a wall of blue or purple or whatever color it is.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Oh no." So I read it like squinting at it, so I didn't really read it, and I just deleted it.
I That's incredible. That's actually great. I was like, I kept wondering where this is gonna go. I was like, I really thought it was just gonna be like, Frank, yeah, called to go over. She wanted to fuck me, and I didn't do it. So what a horrible thing for her. And I was like, that's incredible.
Yeah,
I was like, the introspection needed for that. I have two quick ones, and then we'll get it
we'll do
moving to
picks.
picks.
Yeah.
And I have a couple. I have one for next week. I want to save. I'm going to tease it for next week because
Oh,
it deserves its own time. Um, One is this is I have one in a relationship, one out of a relationship. Neither one of my current one, obviously. So I'm not
sure,
gonna probably
sure.
wouldn't be having it. One out of a relationship. There was a girl when I was back in Pittsburgh. She was in town and she was a friend. She was basically a friend of mine. Was in town for a wedding. So they were coming in for a wedding. Friend of mine out of town. Guy used to know from WU. Came in. They're in there for a wedding, and they're going out the night before. You know, do your thing for a wedding and they're like, hey, we're coming out. They're like, Ben, the one girl is coming. She's single. Come on. I was like, all right, cool. This is when I was just, hey, I'll go out, do some stuff.
Yeah,
So
there we go.
my week, I basically the day before I didn't have anything planned. So I booked a cabin in West Virginia. I was just gonna go hiking for a couple days, go explore the Great Mountain State. So whatever, we come back, have a good time. We hook up, and then the next day it's like 7 in the morning. I'm packing, getting shit, throwing everything together because I'm about to drive, and I'm like, hey, you don't have to. I was like, you don't have to leave, but I have to go. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I booked a cabin. And she's like, what do you mean you booked all this shit? Mad as fuck. So I'm arguing at like 7 in the morning. Granted, this is my house, and I'm like, I can't. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. So I'm like, listen, you can leave. The door will lock by itself. Take your time, do whatever you want, but I gotta go. So she's pissed off. She calls my buddy's friend's wife, who calls me and just MFs me for 30 minutes. And I'm like, this girl is going to destroy my apartment. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't have her number, nothing. And so I remember it was at an apartment that I had. It was one of the properties that I worked for. And I remember calling one of the girls in the leasing office, and I was like, "Hey, can you go up to my apartment and make sure no one's in there?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "I just need you to go up there." And she's like, "Am I chasing some girl out?" I was like, "Just go up there." And she goes up there. Luckily, she was gone, and within 30 minutes, she blocked me on IG. That's how it
There
happened.
you go.
And to this day, I don't think she thinks that I was actually going, but I was in a cabin like 2 hours later. And then this is probably why I was single after this is great. Dating girl at the time, and after you're in a relationship for like 6, 7 years, you can start to like you can really know like how to fuck with somebody.
Sure.
And this one girl, she had these like little I forget what they were. I don't know. They're like these like little breakfast pastry things, whatever the fuck
Hmm.
they were.
Hmm.
And she was like, she'd have them like whenever, I don't know, she'd have them at night or something as like a snack. And we were in some fucking argument, and she was jacking me off. At a certain point, you can only do so
She
much.
was what? I'm sorry.
I was getting jacked off, not the action, not the action of that. No, I just if that was probably happening, this probably wouldn't have happened. But no, so whatever. At a certain point in a relationship, there's only so many things you can do. There's only so many things you can say and give someone the quiet treatment. You still used to go to a nuclear option. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? A man that is angry would have just went and eaten that thing.
Hmm.
No, that's
Hmm.
not. That wouldn't have got because that could have been like, oh, I was hungry,
Hmm.
and I wanted her to know that it was spite. So
Oh.
not only did I eat it, but there was two left, and I used both icing packets on one of them. So there was just one solo one with no icing packet. So the next time she made it and went to do it, there'd be no icing. And that's probably the angriest I've ever seen somebody over the dumbest thing. So
Dude, that's just dirty,
that's
bro.
dirty. That's dirty. See, that's the difference. There's
That's
levels
dirty
to this.
macking.
Listen, you've never seen anyone that angry whenever they go to put some icing on something it's not there. So that ruined it. So like this was like a couple days after the fight was over, it reignited. She was mad as shit. So that's a slow burn. And I think I told it to my current fiance on a date, and she thought that was the funniest thing ever. She was like, "That fat bitch, whatever." And then she was like, "If you ever do that to me, I'll fucking kill you." I believe it. This one
Yeah,
would,
I actually believe that.
yeah, she'd kill me. But that was those two things. The next thing I want you to marinate on for next week is because I feel like we could both do this. Mine will probably be better. I have two examples of the most dickish thing I've ever said to somebody. I'm gonna save them for next week. They're great.
Sheesh.
So you
Okay.
need.
That I actually need time to think about that.
That's why I figured you. You're a nice guy. I have two that were pretty that I was like, wow.
Can
I remember
you,
like
before we leave or before we give picks, can you
six.
tell me what setting those were in?
One was at a bar talking to a girl, and her friend was way too drunk and was just being a pain in the ass to everybody, and everybody was
Hmm.
sick of it.
Hmm.
And I just kind of shot my mouth off. That was pretty great. And then the second one I think was at a car lot in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So those are both. Yeah, multiple. And I would say both were within, one was within the past, yeah, both were within, I guess, like past 5 years. So
All right. I
and
love that.
I could think about like after leaving, I was like, that was probably a dickhead thing to
You're like,
say.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Yeah. But I have those, and then I have one that's not mine that I've heard twice, and every time I hear it, I think it's the funniest thing. So I have that one. I've never been able to bust that one out, but
Okay. I like
I
it.
got some good ones, but we'll keep that in there. What do we got for picks? I am
You're
actually on.
you're on the tee box.
I'm on the tee,
I
so
got 5 or 4.
I got five.
I got I got 5.
I got five. All right, I'm up. What am I up? I'm up four. I'm up 5 units. My
There you
lord,
go.
I'm up
There you
five
go.
units. All right, I'm going to start with one. Frank loves his principal plays. So do I. This one doesn't make a lick of sense to me. Air Force can't stop anybody, but if there's any game that they're going to keep it semi-close, it's going to be Navy. The under right now is 53 and a half. When's the last time two service teams or two option teams had their over in the 50s? Last week we had Navy Rice. It was, I think, 45. This week it's almost 10 points more. Give me that under 53 and a half.
I like it.
Even if they score every time, that might come in.
Even if they score every time, it might come in. I love that. We're going to
I
be
mean,
hanging on to the ball. Ball
yeah,
control.
6, 7 minute drives. One field goal, it's in.
I like that. My first one is an over, and it's a Friday night game.
Okay.
Over 61 and a half, Western Kentucky and Delaware.
You love WKU.
I do. These teams are like 25 and 26 in place per game. And we know Western Kentucky can score,
Yep.
but Delaware is really, really impressing me. They beat UConn. They beat FIU. They're off a bye week. They get an extra week to prepare for WKU. They want to bring the fight to them. So I think both these teams are really going to be slinging it out. It's a midweek. I like it, man. I really do. Delaware's putting up like 35 points per game. They're slinging it, man.
Just love a Friday night bet.
Yep.
I'm keeping with some overs, but I'm going to do a team total. I'm doing Alabama team total over 34 and a half. I think they're easily going to hang about 45 on Vandy. I don't think this game is going to be particularly close. This might be one where I'm playing some same game parlays. What does worry me is Vandy running quarterback.
Yep.
That's usually what Alabama kind of struggles on. But so that's why I'm staying away from the number and just playing the points. I don't see any way that Bama's not at least in the 30s. So I'll take that, hoping we get over that key number of 34. But yeah, give me Bama team total over 34 and a half, 1 unit.
I like it. This one is a principal play based on what happened last week. So I have the under in Miami of Ohio and Northern Illinois. That is 39 and a half.
My God, that's low.
So we know that Northern Illinois, as we saw last week, they're not very talented and they don't really snap the ball quickly. Same with San Diego State. The only other team in the country that snaps the ball at a lower rate, plays per game, Miami of Ohio was number one in the country at plays per game with 47.
39 and a half. My God, that's low.
So if this game might end 3-0. If we thought the 6-3 last week, this one might be 3-0.
I'm going back and I'm shocked. I think Frank might have this on his card, but give me App State minus 1.5.
Ooh, I don't
Come
have it
on.
on the card, but it looked good.
It
It
looks
looked good.
good. Sean Clark, Pride of West Virginia. They're playing for him. There's no way coming back home that we lose this game. Give me App State minus 1.5, 1 unit. I love this play. I would think they win by 7 to 10.
Okay. This next one this is a rare one from me. This is a two-leg SGP.
Ooh, we love those.
It's a road team. I'm taking Iowa State plus 7.5
Okay.
and under 61.5 at minus 115. Both these teams relatively high and are, I guess, low in place per game. And Iowa State, I think they're more physical up front. I think they're stronger team. I'm not gonna act like Cincinnati didn't have a really good win on the road last week at Kansas. That game pissed me the hell off. So props to them for that. But give me 7 in the hook. Give me a touchdown. And let's keep it close, man. Let's keep it close.
I looked at Iowa State a lot. That was probably my sixth pick if I had one. My next one, I'm gonna do a 6 point teaser. Texas down to 0.5. FSU up to 10 and a half. Florida State, I want to talk about a team that disappointed me last week, which watching it, look ahead spot, Virginia's dangerous. I understand it, but I don't think Florida State gets blown up by this Miami team. And Texas, is Florida even playing anymore? What is Florida
I,
playing
I I
for?
don't know, bro.
It's
I
This
think
is
Billy
the
Napier's a
perfect
dead man walking.
100%. If you're looking at pure stories, redemption, this is an arch. I don't even need a redemption game. Just go out there and win the game. Texas FSU 1 unit. Texas down to 0.5. FSU up to 10.5. I like that for 1 unit.
I like it for 1 unit. Okay. I got two more.
Give them to me.
This one is we're catching somebody on a hangover.
Okay.
Louisville's good.
They are good.
Louisville's good, and they're -5.5 at home against Virginia, who just came off their biggest win in the last, what, 10 years?
Easily.
So give me the team at home. They're fired up, they're ready to rock. Uh Virginia's hungover.
Nice. I'm going to do, and this one's a little complicated, but you can find it under DraftKings 365 FanDuel. It's halftime, full time. I've bet a couple of these.
Okay.
So these teams have to win at half, have to win full time. Cannot be tied on either leg. I think it can be tied if they win in overtime, but it can't be tied at the half. Both of these teams have reasons to come out swinging. Notre Dame halftime, full time. Georgia halftime, full time. Georgia coming off a loss. They're going to be ready to go. Notre Dame knows it needs to hang it on teams to get back in that playoff. So if they can go out there to get 40, 50. Also, side note, did you watch that Notre Dame Arkansas game?
I did.
Taylon Green, the entire fourth quarter, is the reason that coach got fired. The dude runs out of bounds on fourth downs, doesn't even try to throw it, doesn't even try to throw. I mean, you're down 30 at this point, so who
Yeah.
cares? That was probably, there's two things last week that I think that were the worst things I saw last week in college football. Taylon Green, number one, was I don't want to hear any more Taylon Green talk for the rest of the year. He quit on his team. He quit
That's
on
your
his coach.
guy.
His coach is fired, and he played like dog shit. And then he has the balls to just gingerly step out of bounds, which there's not a lot of times where I get jacked off watching a game. That legitimately pissed me off.
Hey, get that
And then the
jacked you off.
second thing was the non-targeting call in the Penn State Oregon game where everyone's like, well, he didn't hit with the crown, he hit with the hairline. Either we have rules that enforce things to keep the game, or we have rules for safety. That dude got absolutely fucking smoked on the 1 yard line. And there are semantics of, oh, well, this part of the helmet hit him and not him. He got launched on. But they're saying that, whereas, it's not like we're arguing, was the guy 2 yards downfield, not 2.5? Do we give? No, that's where you get some leeway. If that's not targeting, I don't want to see a targeting call. I don't ever want to see a hand to a quarterback's face called ever again. That dude should be out for the rest of his life. I've never seen a dude get blown up like that. And there's no flag because the guy's like, well, he hit him with this part. The stupidest rule, and everyone arguing on Twitter, you're fucking wrong. That is the clearest, most. That could be like on a 2000s jacked up thing. It was
Oh
insane that
man,
wasn't called.
jacked up.
Like insane. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm watching that and they're like, "Whoa, he didn't." So apparently, it's just fair game as long as you hit them. It was so hard to absolutely like commit some sort of homicide on somebody. Insane.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
So
My last pick, Central Michigan -7 on the road at Akron.
this is an insane lineup of picks for you.
Do you want? Okay, well, so Akron is 169th in SB plus, and Central Michigan is 142nd in SB plus. That's 20 some. That's 27. That's a whole rank. 27 ranks.
Are these all
Central
one
Michigan.
unit?
Central Michigan is a fast turnaround. Props to them.
I wouldn't know. Are these all one unit?
Fire up chips. Yes.
I'm gonna rip them. Western Kentucky over 61.5, under Miami, Ohio, 39.5, Iowa State 7.5, under 61.5. I like that a lot. Louisville -5.5, and Central Michigan -7. Yinzi has the Air Force Navy under 53.5, Bama team total over 34.5, App State -1.5, a 6 point teaser, Texas and FSU, Texas down to 0.5, FSU to 10.5, and the halftime full time parlay, Notre Dame and Georgia. That's sitting around -118 right now. So grab that now. It's going to move closer as that money line balloons up. But that's all I got.
I love it.
Cool.
Have fun.
This
Have
was
fun
good.
at Wicked.
Yeah, I will. I got to rant tonight. I'll probably rant about that, but I'll talk to you this week and we'll get some more winners in.
All right. Peace.
See you, buddy.